So I was looking at this, I was fed this, you know, how they feed you things the other day, maybe yesterday, and this goes back 14 years when they were doing, William and Kate were doing their engagement interview. And he said something very interesting that I wanted to play for you, and then we'll talk about it after the jump. Let's see.
I think that is going to be, obviously, transparently, it's going to be a big part of your life going forward, both your lives.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as you know, Kate's family, she's got a very, very close family, and I get on really well with them, and I'm very lucky that they've been so supportive. Mike and Carol have only been, really sort of loving and caring and really fun, and have been really welcoming towards me. So I felt really part of the family, and I hope Kate's felt the same with my family.
People are bound to ask, you leave university, you've been going out a bit, and you split up, famously, all over the papers. What was all that about? I mean, people are bound to want to know.
Well, I think, to be honest, I wouldn't believe everything you read in the paper, but...
Did you hear what he just said? He said, to be honest, I wouldn't believe everything I read in the paper, right? I wouldn't believe everything I read in the paper. Let me cover not too much. Let's do it again.
Going out a bit and you split up, famously, all over the
papers. My battery's low.
What was all that about? I mean, people are bound to want to know.
Well, I think, to be honest, I wouldn't believe everything you read in the paper, but...
I wouldn't believe everything you read. No, I wouldn't believe everything I read in the paper. Isn't that an interesting statement coming from Prince William? Especially what we learned yesterday from Anna Pasternak. What's her name, I believe? Pasternak, one of the journalists who wrote that article in Tatler back in 2020. And William and Kate allegedly threatened to sue her because of her insensitivities, her lies, her abusive anti-women statements against Kate, which frankly, I didn't see any of those things or read any of those things in the article. The article was called Kate the Great, or Catherine the Great, I should say. And, William and Kate in Kensington Palace did not appreciate the article at all. And apparently they got the Tatler editor, who was Camilla's niece, Madame Parker Bowles. What was her first name? Louisa or something, Parker Bowles. And to get a whole bunch of things redacted from the article, right? So as it now appears, it's a completely different article online. And then apparently what really ticked off Anna Pasternak, who had written that article, is the fact that she thought they had an agreement that, she would do these redactions and that would be it. But then William called up the Daily Mail or somebody at the Daily Mail, they had lunch or whatever they did, however they did it. And then they wrote a kind of a hit piece on Anna Pasternak, and so she felt betrayed and she felt backstabbed and whatever. And so she recently came out this week, I believe, swinging and saying that the relationship between the royal family and the British print media is really corrupt. And, she suggests that the royal family really wields a lot of power to basically control the news, control what's written and what's not written, and change things and manipulate, and that everything is not on the up and up. I mean, these were her words, not mine. I'm just basically commenting on her comments. And so I just thought it was so ironic that here you have William saying, don't believe everything you read in the paper. And he says it so angelically, and Catherine sitting there with also a very angelic expression on her face as well. And, knowing how things have sort of been evolving in the last few months, and the manipulations with the Mother's Day photograph and all those very strange videos also that were coming out of various press, and, that Victoria Newton at The Sun saying that she was working very closely with William on the farm shop photo, that they live and die and say that was Kate and William at the farm shop 2 days before Kate sat down and made the world believe that she's, you know, stricken with cancer. And so the fact that he now says, you know, going back 14 years, that you can't believe everything you read in the paper, I think everybody should take William's word at face value on this. I really think he's saying this because of firsthand knowledge that a lot of it, if not most of it, is complete crap. It's fabricated, it's lies, it's manipulation, it's deceit, deception intended to mislead, all of those things. He knows that, and that's why he said that. But it's so interesting to just hear that come out of the horse's mouth. You know what I mean?